America will never be destroyed from the outside. If we falter and lose our freedoms, it will be because we destroyed ourselves. Nearly all men can stand adversity, but if you want to test a man's character, give him power. My concern is not whether God is on our side. My greatest concern is to be on God's side, for God is always right. I'm a success today because I had a friend who believed in me and I didn't have the heart to let him down. Those who deny freedom to others, deserve it not for themselves. We can complain because rose bushes have thorns, or rejoice because thorn bushes have roses. I can see how it might be possible for a man to look down upon the earth and be an atheist, but I cannot conceive how a man could look up into the heavens and say there is no God. I am not bound to win, but I am bound to be true. I am not bound to succeed, but I am bound to live up to what light I have. Character is like a tree and reputation its shadow. The shadow is what we think it is and the tree is the real thing. Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any one thing. I have been driven many times upon my knees by the overwhelming conviction that I had nowhere else to go. My own wisdom and that of all about me seemed insufficient for that day. My father taught me to work, but not to love it. I never did like to work, and I don't deny it. I'd rather read, tell stories, crack jokes, talk, laugh, anything but work. Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. I am in favor of animal rights as well as human rights. That is the way of a whole human being. Elections belong to the people. It's their decision. If they decide to turn their back on the fire and burn their behinds, then they will just have to sit on their blisters. It has been my experience that folks who have no vices have very few virtue. I am a firm believer in the people. If given the truth, they can be depended upon to meet any national crisis. The great point is to bring them the real facts, and beer. 7 years ago our fathers brought forth on this continent, a new nation, conceived in liberty, and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. I don't know who my grandfather was. I am much more concerned to know what his grandson will be. The probability that we may fail in the struggle ought not to deter us from the support of a cause we believe to be just. When I get ready to talk to people, I spend 2/3 of the time thinking what they want to hear and 1/3 thinking about what I want to say. I have come to the conclusion never again to think of marrying, and for this reason, I can never be satisfied with anyone who would be blockhead enough to have me. Be with a leader when he is right, stay with him when he is still right, but leave him when he is wrong. Hypocrite, the man who murdered his parents, and then pleaded for mercy on the grounds that he was an orphan. Die when I may, I want it said of me by those who know me best, that I always plucked a thistle and planted a flower when I thought a flower would grow. Honor to the soldier and sailor everywhere, who bravely bears his country's cause. Honor, also, to the citizen who cares for his brother in the field and serves, as he best can, the same cause. If there is anything that links the human to the divine, it is the courage to stand by a principle when everybody else rejects it. You can have anything you want if you want it badly enough. You can be anything you want to be, Do anything you set out to accomplish if you hold to that desire with singleness of purpose. Let no feeling of discouragement prey upon you, and in the end you are sure to succeed. Don't interfere with anything in the Constitution. That must be maintained, for it is the only safeguard of our liberties. Let's have faith that right makes might, and in that faith let us, to the end, dare to do our duty as we understand it. That some achieve great success, is proof to all that others can achieve it as well. We the people are the rightful masters of both Congress and the courts, not to overthrow the Constitution but to overthrow the men who pervert the Constitution. If friendship is your weakest point, then you are the strongest person in the world. You can't make a weak man strong by making a strong man weak.